Draw closer, closer than you ever have before. What I'm about to say isn't for the crowd. It's not meant to echo in noise or get lost in distraction. These words are gentle, intentional, meant only for you. They are reaching that quiet place inside you, the space where everything slows down, that hidden room in your soul where no one else has ever truly entered. I am there. I've always been there. Even before you knew how to find that place within yourself. Before you learned how to be still enough to hear anything beyond the chaos of everyday life, I was already present. And right now, in this very moment, as you read these words, I'm inviting you. Sit with me in that stillness. Receive something your tired heart has needed for far longer than you've allowed yourself to admit. Not just something you needed this week or this season. Something you've needed for a very long time. Something that has been kept safe for you. Reserved for this exact moment. Held carefully by hands that never forget and never abandon what they promise. My peaceful one, yes, that's who you are. Not because your life has been easy, not because you haven't faced storms, confusion, or moments that felt overwhelming, but because of what lives inside you. Even when everything around you feels unstable, even when your hands shake, your thoughts race, and rest feels impossible. There is something within you that remains steady. You may not always feel it, but it's there. Peace is not the absence of struggle. It's not pretending everything is okay when it clearly isn't. Peace is something deeper. It's the quiet strength within you, the steady ground beneath your feet when everything else feels uncertain. It's the calm center that remains, even when life feels chaotic at the edges. And I am here, in that center. I haven't gone anywhere. My presence isn't something that appears only on your good days and disappears when things get hard. It's constant. More constant than anything you see around you. More reliable than circumstances. More steady than anything you've ever depended on. I am here, always. Think back for a moment. Every difficult situation you faced. Every time you felt overwhelmed, exhausted, or completely drained. The nights when everything felt too heavy. When your thoughts wouldn't slow down. When your heart carried more than it knew how to release. I was there. Not distant. Not removed. Right there with you. Closer than you realized, as constant as your breath, as near as your own heartbeat. Even in the moments you couldn't feel it, even when it seemed like silence surrounded you, you were never alone. And you are not alone now. Feelings can be powerful, but they are not always reliable. What you feel in a moment doesn't always reflect what is truly happening. There are days when pain becomes so loud, it drowns out everything else, even the quiet assurance you're not alone. But here is the truth. My presence in your life does not depend on your emotions. It doesn't come and go based on what you can feel, measure, or understand. It remains constant, unshaken, always there. Even in the moments you questioned if anyone was listening, something meaningful was already being set in motion for you. When everything felt silent, when it felt empty like a sky without stars, like a room with no one in it, something beautiful was being prepared behind the scenes. Every closed door that left you confused. Every moment you stood there wondering why, it wasn't rejection, it was redirection. While you were standing in front of that door, something new was being arranged on the other side. Paths were being cleared. Obstacles you couldn't yet see were being removed. A space was being prepared, carefully, intentionally, just for you, so that when the right door opens, everything is ready. Every prayer you whispered, even the ones you thought went unheard, they were never lost. Every word carried meaning. Every hope, every doubt, every quiet moment of reaching out, it was all received. Even when your faith felt weak, even when you were praying more out of habit than confidence, it still mattered. Even when asking again felt pointless, like trying again would only lead to disappointment, none of that effort was wasted. Nothing you expressed disappeared into emptiness. Every single prayer set something in motion. Something that is still unfolding in ways you cannot yet see. You were never forgotten. There were simply things happening in places beyond your view. Processes that required time, patience, and perfect timing. Some things couldn't be rushed, not because they were being delayed, but because they were being built the right way. There were pieces that needed to come together. People, moments, and circumstances aligning in ways you couldn't track. From where you stood, all you could see was the waiting, the questions, the longing, the confusion of why is this taking so long? But the full picture was always bigger than what you could see. Every delay had purpose. Every closed door was guiding you towards something better. Every difficult moment was shaping something deeper within you. Sometimes growth requires letting go of what no longer serves you, so that something stronger can take its place. And here's what you need to understand. What is being built in your life is not temporary. It's not rushed. It's not careless. It's designed to last. Because anything built too quickly often falls apart when life gets difficult. But what is built with care, with intention, with strength, endures. What's being prepared for you is solid. It's steady. It's meant to support not just where you are now, but where you are going. Not just for this moment, but for many seasons ahead. A foundation is being laid that won't easily shake. Strength is being formed within you that will carry you forward. And even now, things are coming together in ways you may not fully understand yet. But in time, you will. I am creating something in your life that won't just support you. It will carry the weight of others who will one day find strength through you. There are people you haven't even met yet. Lives that will be touched, changed, inspired, because of what is first being shaped inside you. You may not see it right now. On some days, you may not even feel it, especially when everything around you seems to say the opposite. When the pressure feels heavy, when reality doesn't match what you've been hoping for. But something is being built, quietly, steadily. What you're stepping into is already under construction. This is not random. This is not uncertain. The design for your life isn't a rough idea or something being figured out along the way. It's intentional, detailed, created with care long before you ever realized it. You were never an accident. You were known, chosen, and created with purpose. Every part of your life carries meaning, and what is being built for you is a life that reflects that purpose, a life that aligns with the value that has always been within you. Now hear this clearly. The silence you've been experiencing is not emptiness. It's preparation. It's the pause before movement. The stillness before something begins to unfold. Think about a seed. When it's planted, nothing seems to happen at first. There's no sound, no visible change. But beneath the surface, growth is already happening. Quiet, hidden, real. A farmer doesn't dig up the seed every day to check if it's growing. He trusts the process. He continues showing up, doing the small, consistent things, knowing that growth takes time, and then one day, without warning, something breaks through the surface. Life appears, not suddenly, but as the result of everything that was happening unseen. Your quiet season has meaning. It hasn't been wasted. Something has been growing inside you, something that could only develop in stillness, without pressure, without attention, without the need to prove anything to anyone. Depth has been forming within you. The patience you gained through waiting, the strength you built when quitting felt easier. The understanding you developed through your struggles, none of it was random. It all shaped you. You've grown in ways you didn't even notice. You've become stronger, wiser, more aware. Not because life was easy, but because it wasn't. You kept going when it was difficult. You kept believing even when things didn't make sense. And that changed you. It built something deeper than surface-level strength. It created resilience. A kind of strength that doesn't depend on circumstances. A kind of belief that isn't shaken by temporary setbacks. Even your ability to understand others, to feel compassion, to truly connect, that grew from what you've been through. And now, everything that has been developing quietly is getting ready to be seen. What has been forming beneath the surface is about to rise. So don't rush past this moment. Pause and reflect. Look at how far you've come. Think about the strength you discovered within yourself. The parts of you that were revealed only when everything else was stripped away. You are not the same person you used to be. You've grown, and that growth matters. Because what's being built in your life isn't just about where you are now, it's about everything that's ahead of you. Something real, something strong, something that will last, and it's closer than you think. What has been forming inside you is just as important as what has been unfolding around you. These are not separate processes. They are connected, part of one complete design. Your life and your character are being shaped together, so that what is meant for you can truly be carried by you. Because what's ahead of you requires more than opportunity. It requires capacity. And that capacity has been growing within you during the waiting. The strength you needed, the patience you developed, the depth you gained, all of it has been preparing you for what's next. You are not the same person you were before your hardest moments. You've changed. You've become stronger, deeper, more aware, more ready than you realize. And because of everything you've walked through, you are now able to receive what once might have overwhelmed you. Now, take a moment and look beneath the surface of what you've been through. There's more to it than what you saw at the time. In the moments when you felt like you were barely holding on, there was something holding you steady, not in a distant or passive way, but in a way that was active, present, intentional. Like someone stepping in before a fall even happens, catching you before you fully lose balance, holding you until the shaking settles. Even when you felt like your strength was running out, something kept you going. When your energy felt gone, when your hope felt thin, when you wondered how much longer you could continue, you were being sustained in ways you couldn't explain, not visible, not measurable, but real. You didn't make it through those seasons by your own strength alone. Something greater was carrying you. And look at you now. You're still here, still standing, still moving forward, even if slowly, even if imperfectly. That matters. Don't overlook it. That is proof of growth, proof of strength being built within you. Now, come a little closer to this moment. Lean in. Because what comes next speaks to the deepest part of you, the quiet part. The part that doesn't always have words, the part that carries feelings you've never fully expressed, the silent hopes, the unspoken questions, the emotions you've kept hidden beneath the surface, the longing you couldn't quite explain. The weight you carried quietly through ordinary days, even the hope you almost gave up on, because holding onto it felt too difficult. That part of you matters, and it hasn't been ignored. Everything you've felt, everything you've carried, has been seen, understood, and held with care. And now something new is beginning to rise from it.